I recently bought this M3 MacBook Air, and for the last 3 weeks I've been using it daily, from browsing the web, watching endless amounts of YouTube, listening to music, and of course scripting these YouTube videos. In this video I'm going to take you through a realistic day in my life, what I get up to with the laptop, and I'll touch on if you should get the laptop and my thoughts on it so far. Let's get right into it. It started out being quite the day here in Ireland. We're used to having 4 seasons in one day, so it's quite nice of a surprise when it starts with something that looks like summer outside. My sister drove us to Warrenpoint, which is a local town in the north of Ireland, where, well, as I mentioned, another of the 4 seasons started to happen, and before we knew it, it was raining. As we drove back and got home, I took the opportunity to sit inside and get my script done for this video, and also start to plan out the different shots that I was going to get to make this video work. You wouldn't believe just how much work goes in behind the scenes each week to crank one of these videos out, so if you're enjoying it, hit the subscribe button and let me know what you'd like to see next. I recently bought an Audi S3 and it had a coolant problem pretty much a week after I've owned it. It turns out it was this tiny little part that cost €7 and it made my day getting it fixed. That said, it was back to letting my family drive it and getting familiar with the car again, as I've only had it for a few weeks myself, with many of those being out of action. Here's my dad finding his feet with it. I tried my best to keep the camera stable, but you'll see.
Oh, that's a good.
Anyway, back to the MacBook. I heard a lot about the new Apple finish and how they've improved the coating to avoid fingerprints. So to test this theory, I haven't cleaned the laptop since I bought it, which is about 3 weeks ago almost. I'll let you make your mind up on what you think. I thought it got quite messy, but regardless, let me show you how to quickly fix any worries you have about fingerprints. Simply clean the thing. If anything, it looks great with fingerprints. It shows that you're actually using the laptop and not sitting in Starbucks trying to get the perfect lighting for a photo. 2 weeks in, the most notable feature of this laptop is its insanely good battery. I think I've charged it maybe 3 times and I've been using it fairly heavy. That alone is a great selling point in my view. I'm going to have a video in a few months or even 6 months time where I talk through if it's still worth it, but if anyone asks me right now, I don't think I've used a better laptop. The one caveat to that is the speakers are nowhere near as good as my 2017 MacBook Pro, but I don't see that as a deal breaker whatsoever. Even when I'm lying in bed watching Netflix, it's still perfect listening to the speakers on the laptop, or if you have AirPods, you're probably going to be wearing them anyway, so it won't really matter. The vast majority of my workflow on the laptop has been working on the wallpaper site, sending and replying to emails, jumping on calls, and the odd photo edit. I'm planning on doing a lot more editing on the go, but I just need to get everything installed first. But for now, it's on my Mac Mini, so it's not a big deal if I need to get something done. I went with the 16GB of RAM and 512MB storage model, and it's more than enough for my use case. That said, if you'd like to watch my video about setting up the M3 MacBook Air, check out this one here. If you're on the fence and still unsure if you should buy it, check out this video here. And finally, don't make the same mistake I did and watch my video on Apple products that you should avoid. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.